Alright, welcome back to the channel, everyone. We are going to watch the SeaTac Takeoff 2025, part of the Great Northwest Point Series. We are in SeaTac, Washington. Chuck Mintz, Christian Wolf are our tournament directors. And we're watching Peter Fornia, Kenny Clark, Chandler Kramer, and Kirby Snyder. Hole 1 is OG. We're playing 18, 6 through 23. Hole 6 is 278 feet. And on the box is Peter. But let's first hear from Chuck.
We've got Peter Fornia, Kirby Snyder, Chandler Kramer, and Kenny Clark.
Yeah, thanks, Chuck.
And Peter off the tee, unfortunately, hangs out a little right. Lands right in the fairway. Kirby Snyder off the tee. Straight down the middle, getting something to push up. He is in circle 1. Up next is Chandler Kramer. It's been 3 years since he's come back here. We had him on the channel. Pretty big tournament for us. Also resulting to the circle's edge. And finally on the channel here, on the box, we got Kenny Clark. Throwing something backhand that leaks to the left.
Thanks, Chuck.
He'll have a tough look. Wow, decent run from Peter. Fortunately lands a little left. Kenny was able to see a little bit of the basket, but did not connect. Oh. Unfortunate there. Second shot for Chandler goes in. Great shot. He'll go to 1 down. Birdie opportunity for Kirby. He gets his first one out of the way. And par for Clark. Onward to hole 7, 356 feet. Over the large bush to the right. And OB long, of course. Kirby gets his backhand turnover. Nice and high. And over that bush, right to the middle. Great crash. He'll have a good look, great look for 2. Kenny going forehand. Comes around right to that little opening that was just blocked from our view. Oh no. Peter got caught a little up on the right. Ends up in the middle there.
Spider Schuler going to get it.
Schuler out there. And unfortunately that was Peter's third. He had to get 2 shots to get out of that, unfortunately. And here are the birdie opportunities. Let's see if Kirby can keep it going. Oh, just a little left. Excellent birdie. 2 down for Chandler. 2 for 2 ain't too bad. And Peter in the shadows here. Looking to finish this hole. And he does. And unfortunately it does a double bogey. Starting off at +3. Hopefully he can shake that off. And Kenny on the board. Great drive. This hole had a 23% birdie rate. We do have 60 people in the field today, so we get some pretty good numbers here. Onward to hole 8. 384 feet. Straight down this main path. Finish left. Few trees to miss. And that's the run with the camera facing backwards. Alright, and here is the first shot. We got Chandler looking to get through the cottonwood fall. Great long distance. He goes long. He's in the putting area for hole 10. Up next is Kenny Clark. His right hand forehand is turning over, but a little too early, or a little too low, excuse me. He ended up in the middle. Great backhand from Kirby. Getting that to finish, maybe circle two, right on the edge of 1. Nice straight shot at the cameraman, looking for it to fade right over. And he goes a little long, right into the shadow there. Circle 2. Up first is Kenny. Now we did try to go live, but the trees were just absolutely too much. SeaTac will do that, unfortunately. Great up shot from Chandler. Oh no. Peter almost got that birdie. Great 2. Tap in from Peter. Basically a tap in for Kenny. And pars were completed. This hole had that last hole had a 30% bird rate. On with a hole 9. Quarter 28 feet. Length. It's hard to describe this one. You want to fly just like the drone flew. Leaking a little right is Kirby. He got a lot of distance though. It's not too far off the path. And Chandler leaks a little left. And that cottonwood lets us know we have a left or right wind there. Kenny absolutely smashes that forehand,
Give me something, huh? Maybe?
making the late gap where you want to be. Peter's shot a little too high and right, but it's getting a lot of forward progress and lands on the edge on the right side. Peter absolutely hitting that gap. Almost hits it. He goes a little long. He'll be looking at his par coming up, hopefully. And Chandler trying to find that gap over on the left and squeezes right past the basket. Kirby with an unusual footing here. But pretty straightforward when you've got a forehand right that goes right underneath the basket. And Kenny has a position that's right in the middle of that late tree. And he got the three as he's right under the basket. Great putt. Peter saves a three with that great par. It's absolutely critical to be able to recover after a bad drive, unfortunately. Oh my goodness. That's heartbreaking. Chandler has to settle for the bogey, releasing one of his birdies from earlier. Kenny says hello. Three of the field, 3 people at 60 got that birdie. Hole 10, 282 feet. Kirby going with the right gap. He lands right to the middle in front of those trees. Kenny releasing a little too high. And he's about basket height on the right side. Peter with a nice drifting putter shot. Just need a little more speed. Landing a little short of the basket. Great forehand line from Chandler. He'll be putting in a nice spot. It's always great to see Nick Schuler out there. I think he's just visiting for a short time, but it's good to see him. Kenny looking to sink a 2 here. Just a little low. Up next is Peter. Almost lined it up. Great 2. Scoring early. He'll be at 3 down. And this is Peter for his par. Oh no, just a little short. That's a bad time to be missing. It's unfortunate bogey there. Oh, and Chandler absolutely parked it. Excellent drive. Good putt. 2 down. And we kind of walked away from Kenny getting this par. Unfortunate there. Hole 11, 401 feet. Straight down this tree gap, or this valley through the trees here. And a late ceiling to get you into hole 11 circle. Nice flip up to flat for Kirby. I believe he landed right at the base of one of the trees on the left there. And the cameraman just missed it, but I think we saw it land into the late trees on the right near the basket. And Kenny's landing over there right by Kirby. Great shot. Nice low laser beam from Peter. He pushes forward. That's a great... He got some good distance here. This is probably 40-something feet. Oh, almost. Great shot. And just a punch-out look is all Chandler had there. Kirby looking to score. Ooh, just a little right. Almost perfect. And Kenny just hits the top sign. He's trying to dial in that putter. It's taking a minute as everybody else goes up there to get their...
Look.
Four-leaf clover was not helpful, apparently. Full report at 11. Good par cleanup for Kirby. Hole 11 had 4 birdies, a 7% birdie rate. 83% got the par. Averaging 3.03. It's a fair hole. You really have to get that distance off the tree. Off the tee, excuse me. And yeah. Let's move on to hole 12. 367 feet. Yeah, people go. A lot of people go roller. You end up all the way down there.
Pretty good angle.
Kirby's roller gets right through the main gap. He'll be in a good spot. Unfortunate there. I'm not sure what happened. But it did only land like 200 feet down the fairway there. Can he go in forehand roller? And it's not going right. He curled up on the left, but he'll have an unobstructed view, hopefully. Peter gets caught up on the main gap, or the first big tree cluster there. Chandler needed a little bit more distance on that forehand up shot, but I think he's in a view of the basket. Almost basket high for Kenny. He's just got to go around all of these. Almost hits it. Good shot. Thanks for your patience on the airplane noise. Try to get that as low as possible in here in post. Oh no. Kirby had the birdie opportunity, but just hit the front of the cage. An unfortunate bogey from Chandler. And a par cleanup for Kenny. Unfortunate double bogey there for Peter. Hole 11 was also very hard to score for the field as 5 people hit it at 8% per hole. And we are off to hole 13. 425. A few air gaps to really get down here. A lot of people will take advantage of the biggest space, which is the ground. And this is Kirby getting a very good line. And he is ending near the big roller zone there. Kenny going forehand roller. And just leaks to the right. Our right, excuse me. Up next is Chandler Kramer. Looking for one of the air gaps, but just gets pushed down right into the middle. And similar result for Peter. Landing right in the middle, so you shouldn't have too much of an obstructed line, and he parks it on his upshot. This is Kenny coming out of the woods on the side there. Pretty high, but he's not going to have a problem with that third shot. And this is the second shot for Kirby. Looking to score here on the field. Ooh, just a little bit off. He had the distance though. Good par cleanup there. Another hard to score hole. The field got 5% of the field got this birdie with a 63% par rate. And off hole 14, par 3, 335 feet. One of the more scoreable holes. You just gotta really get clean off this front tee. Or excuse me, hitting the middle gap off the tee. Good flip up to flat from Kirby. Sorry. Kenny Clark going the big high right side. Gets caught up. He'll have a long downhill putt. And Chandler almost got clean off that. Similar result to Kenny, but just on the left side. Go right. Landed on the opposite side of that tree. Second shot from Kenny. And with two trees in the way, probably 65 out. Oh, so close. And Kirby still hasn't thrown yet. I believe he's the closest. Bless you. Yep, take your allergy medicine when you're at SeaTac at this time of year. Plenty of pollen to get you going. Great birdie from Kirby Snyder. What a drive. He was one of the 14 that got that birdie. Hole 15 is 250 feet. Going uphill a little bit. Really want to avoid that left side. Very dense on the left. And off the tee, the first gap you got to hit is this throwing over this hedge or right where this walkway is.
Go back. Everybody notice it.
Nice and straight. That should be a great result from Kirby. Kenny going for the ace line. He's 3 feet away. What a shot. Standstill shot from Chandler. And similar result. He's in the circle. And this is basically one of the must-gets. Unfortunately, a little high off the tee from Peter. Oh, that landed a little bit shorter than I remembered. And Peter with the great par save. Good putt. Kirby looking to score again here. And he gets the 5 down. Great shot. Chandler with the cleanup par. And Kenny with the park job. Good 2. He will go to 2 down. Onward to hole 16. Corkscrewing hole to the left, 321 feet. No one really throws over here with a drone flow, but you don't kind of want to hang a left here. But that's alright. That's a tough hole to get to. Kirby throwing a drop, and that gets caught up a little bit early. Kenny going with a forehand line. And he lands at the last edge of the tree line. Wow. Wow, that tree kick pushed him a lot forward. And unfortunately, Peter kind of put too much hyzer on that or something. And his second shot forehand does push past all of those trees. He found a gap. Kirby's looking for that throw-in line. Oh, almost. He landed kind of near the tee pad of the next hole. Kenny looking for a nice skip flared shot. Excellent. He's just playing lawn darts over here, everybody. Ooh, very close for his third. Now, second shot for Chandler. Got a lot to work with here. Almost got it. Now, hole 16 is one of the more tougher holes on the course. At this time, I could tell you there's been no birdies in the MPO field. Oh, almost with the third. That would have been a great par save. What a bogey save. Great shot, Peter. Sometimes those aggressive shots put you longer than you want to be for your par save. And that is flirting with Bogeyville. That is a par from Chandler. And also a par from Kenny. Hole 16, you know, one of the more tougher holes, averaging a 3.43. 60% par rate. Hole 17, getting into the par 4s. 535 feet. Landing here is kind of the first landing spot, and you're going to want to proceed to right at the end of the fairway. Fairly new basket position in the last few years. Kenny got his disc to turn over. It lands in the little tree line on the right of that bend. And Chandler absolutely crushes the fairway. He got a lot of distance off of that. Kirby working the backhand, getting right through the late gap, pushing to the left side. That gives you a better view of attack. A little early on the left. Peter does push forward though.
Was the other person actually playing?
No, he was camped out.
That's not right.
Yeah, it was funny there. I saw an empty 40 of Mickey's.
Great story from Kirby. Forehand roller from Kenny. Pushes him long left. And Kirby found a great angle of approach there. As well does Chandler. Great drive, giving you a good spot to throw from. Yeah, and Kenny found the deep part of this tree. The only thing he can see is a forehand roller. And he's down there by the basket. And just in front of that was Peter's second shot landing, and then he got through as well, but a little bit long. So you might be right behind that tree that we're looking at in the middle of the screen. And here comes Kirby's third. Absolutely nails it. Great birdie. He'll go to 5 down. Great par. We've got a straddle look for Peter, and he definitely gathers the par. Good shots. Hole 17 had a very, well, not too bad, but 22 out of 60, 37% got that birdie. Scoreable for sure. Tough to execute. Hole 18 is another par 4, 510 feet. It's also fairly new basket position. A little newer. You will be throwing straight past this little trail here, past the rocks up the hill. First on the box is Chandler Kramer. And gets caught up a little right, landing near those cedar trees. Kirby throwing the straightest shot ever. Great landing zone right before those rocks. Looks like we're going forehand roller from Kenny Clark. Landing right on the path. Walking his disc straight down the fairway. Curling right, ending left, right in the middle. Great shot. Getting a full flight, if you will, on that roller. Full roll? I guess. Peter up next. Getting a nice straight shot. Very long. Down there where Kirby is. Chandler's second shot absolutely finds the gaps. He landed right on that pathway that we're kind of looking at right now, up on that hillside. And a little early. Well, I guess a late release there from Kirby. Pushes him right in a nasty spot. Second shot from Kenny. Throws something high to finish. Yep, kind of what he wanted, but probably a little different the result than what he was expecting. Peter might be new to the channel, but he's not new to throwing straight shots. That was great. Kirby gets out of the woods. Hopefully gather his par. Third shot from Kenny. A long look for birdie. Oh my goodness. What a shot. Almost dialing it in. Chandler, unfortunately, looking a little defeated after that. Great three. %38 of the field got the birdie. These par fours are tough, but you can score on them. Par for Kenny, he'll stay at 2 down. Chandler at 2 down. Kirby leading our pack at 5. And Peter at 6, surviving. Hole 19, par 4, 534 feet. One of the more signature holes, also known as the graffiti hole. This tree line right here is generally the landing zone. Most drives, get a clean up shot and get your birdie. That's the plan. That's the current state of paint. A lot of chaos, which It kind of makes sense. Peter looking for a clean drive through the chaos. Nice straight shot, a little left, and he got a great glance to the center. And Kirby with a late glance, pushing him left to that adjacent hole's green. So he'll be playing the left side of the fairway. And Chandler with a real quick run up. Almost pimping the gap. He landed in the center. And last on the box is Kenny. Getting that PD2 through the center, getting a lot of push. He made it to the grass. Excellent drive. Up first is Chandler Kramer. Getting a great forehand throw. That's a very good result. Maybe circle's edge on the front side. And Peter with a great second shot, a little bit long. Kenny with just a little forehand chip shot. Yeah, he skipped a little bit to the right of the basket. Yeah, we let the higher hole play through, and now we're just kind of catching up to Kirby's second shot. Probably normally would have been first or second, or maybe second off the second shot. But he gets a great flare, almost skips it in for eagle. That would have been phenomenal. Wow. Third shot from Chandler was a little bit shorter than we thought. Wow, what a birdie. Peter getting on fire a little bit late, but great putt. Kenny looking to get his birdie as well. Great shot. Absolutely capitalizing on that hole, making it a birdie. Putting him to 3 down. Par save from Chandler Kramer. And a tap in birdie. 3 birds on the hole. Wow, great shots. Hole 20. Parallel direction, par 4, 490 feet. And a lot of people in right here. That's an uphill, up into the landing zone. Up first is Peter Fornia. Getting a good turn. Will it make it past those trees? He does. Skips up over that ledge. What a drive. Kirby looking to do something similar. Maybe a little too high. Yep, and he caught one of those trees. Landing in the middle of the fairway. He might have a tough footing, though. Kenny playing the short chip shot. Landing before the hill. Ooh, a little low release. And similar result to Kenny. Unfortunate glance off the tree there. Kirby will be lucky to scrape that par out with that result, unfortunately. Kenny looking for that turnover line. Playing in with that left side. Hits a something. Hits a something. And he drops a down. And a very tough shot here. Chandler is fighting the bushes and trees. And he just quickly throws something out just to get out of that situation. Similar spot for his next shot, and he's just looking to complete this hole as quick as possible. Well, unfortunate, you know, SeaTac is something that will really bite you. Good eagle run there from Peter. Kenny just sinks that big bird. Holy moly. Kenny going to 4 down. Kirby looking here to save the par. And he does. No damage, even though he had to fight out of that. Peter looking to get this birdie. Ah, oh, just a little right. He'll have to settle for the par, unfortunate. Hole 20 had a lot of birdies. Surprisingly, 58%. Hole 21, 547 feet, par 4. One of the more difficult holes. Very narrow. Lots of low ceiling on each side. And that's kind of where Kirby landed on that 2 holes ago. Up first is Kenny Clark. You're looking to get this forehand line as far down there as possible. Absolutely executed well. Good backhand shot from Peter. Landed up there by Kenny. In the middle, past that center bush. Yeah, this is a difficult hole. And a friendly tree glance for Chandler and putting him right in the center. Great up shot, maybe a little short. I believe that's mid-range. Ooh, a lot of ground play pushing him right side. We'll have a long look for his birdie. Kirby a little too high on his second shot. Second shot from Peter's good, a little short. It's hard to get past all of that tree ceiling. And what a pot from Kirby. Saving that par.
Got Kirby.
He'll stay at 6. And just leaving that a little short for Peter. He'll have to settle for the par. Oh, Kenny almost got the birdie. A little short. Hole 21 had a very tough scoring today. Averaging 4.15. 10 people got that birdie, though. Making that a 17% birdie rate. 2 more holes to go. Hole 22. 458 feet, bending right at this tree line. Your second shot must get over and around and into this orchard area where the basket lies. There is a far right gap, which we did not kind of go through, but your drive, you know, wherever it lands, it'll dictate your second shot. Kenny with a low release, it just gets gobbled up in the grass. And this is our shot at a lefty backhand from Peter. He's been throwing right hand backhand all day. And just gets a great result.
Sheesh.
Mr. Ambidextrous. Alright, and Kirby. Looks like a roller line? Yeah, the tall grass really grabbed it. If it was shorter, he would have gone further. Excellent drive from Chandler. Even with that quick run up, got right down there. Kenny has to go with the standstill. And unfortunately leaks that left. Gets caught up earlier than he wanted. Getting a second shot nice and high from Chandler. And that's very ideal. He's under the basket. He'll get a tap in birdie. Oh no. Kirby shot just unfortunately pushes him far right. A little early on the release from Kirby. And I believe this is Kenny's third. He's under the basket. Peter looking for the par save. Great form, great execution, great putt. And this hole was also scoreable, but, you know, disc golf be happening. 27 out of 60, a 45% birdie rate. That's a good par save. One of those birdies is Chandler Kramer.
Good shot.
Let's go into our final hole. OG18, also known as hole 23, is par 4, 450 feet. Sticking around to the right is the last big hurdle. Small little crowd forming. Let's hear from Kirby.
Thanks, Z. Thank you so much for today. Like, subscribe, Fairway Media, all the socials, all of it. Just do it.
Thank you very much. Appreciate all the support.
Fine. What do you want, Kenny?
Kenny wants a Reuben sandwich.
The class of double.
Up first is Chandler Kramer going that left side. Trying to land right into the center of the fairway. A little bit of a cheater out, but that's a risky move.
Chef's kiss.
Great shot from Chandler. Up next is Kenny looking to do the same. He didn't like it, but he got a good result. Maybe a little further right than he wanted, but he is in the fairway. Up next is Peter. Looking for a late turn, but just keeps going forward. Almost to the pathway, which is out of bounds, I believe. But he is inbounds. Kirby looking for the backhand turnover. A little low and does not get it to turnover. But he does go so far forward that he's safe, but he's on the outside line. So we're standing in the center fairway, looking left. Great second shot from Peter there. Similar line from Kirby, a little bit closer. But that left side has opened up so much that this is just a straight shot. Landing right near the basket. That's good. Second shot from Kenny. He's got to go forehand hyzer. Now he just has to pick the line or which gap he wants. And he says the main gap, but low and flaring. It was like almost 60 feet, maybe? A little more inside from Chandler, pushing him outside of that left side of the green. Up first is Kenny. All right, maybe about 40 feet. Good shot.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
They're having fun out there. Wasting no time is Chandler Kramer. He got a bird. He'll finish at 4 down. Kenny will finish at 5. Looks like Chandler knows he could have done a lot better. We got 2 more rounds of golf. Lots to go.
Yeah, Peter.
Great shot, Peter. Great job on your first time with Fairway Media. It was a pleasure. And the winner of the card is Kirby Snyder, going to 7 down. What a performance. He'll be on lead card. Yeah, a little shot of the crew getting their final scores in. Let's look at the leaderboard. We got Dallas Garber, 12 down. Kirby Snyder, Colin Wright, Asher Weideman will be our second round leaders. Pause it where you need to. Check out where your favorite players are on the field. And we'll see you on the next one. Like and subscribe.